Hey everybody, I am AR Mar, here once again with my friend Heather, and today this was our first viewing of Batman Year One. I love this one so much.
It's a really nice one for parallels between Bruce and Gordon, and again, like, you get a feeling early on that that's what the movie's about, but it's nice to see that because, yeah, Gordon is a huge part of Bruce's life in and out of him being Batman, because whether or not you go with the, like, intro thing of Gordon being the cop who comforted him or not, he's still always been a huge part of Gotham that Bruce grew up in, so it's just really cool.
Yeah, he's always been the, like, especially in the beginning when the department's corrupted, Gordon's almost always the good cop.
Yeah.
The guy that Bruce comes to for an ally.
Yeah, he even before he became commissioner, he was the one, non-corrupt cop. And so, yeah, different views have shown his rise up differently, but in Year One, the comic and the movie, it's very nice to see his kind of, like, tries to be good, almost breaks, and then he kind of is good, and Batman helps him with that, and he's like,
yeah,
yes.
The city starts getting to him, and there's a line where he says, like, how can I bring a child into a city without hope? And then we see, like, Batman behind him almost as this, like...
Yeah, this is
like,
the hope.
Yeah, like, this foreshadowing, this awesome little, like, symbolic moment. It's like, yep, no, hope is coming, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's just so many moments in this movie, too, where I just can't help but go, whee! Because it's just Batman's jumping, and, like, cars flying in the room, like... I love those moments.
Oh yeah, and the action is so well staged in this movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's animation, but they use that to hold control for some great shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the characters. The corrupt cop, Flash.
Oh, he's so fun. He's
like,
just
it's
like...
well set up when he beats the tar out of Gordon for, like, doing something. It's that verbal tick of his. You should have left. It's like, think of your wife, Jimmy.
Yeah, and again, he says, "Can I call you Jimmy?" And no matter how much Jim insists, no, call me Lieutenant. He's like, "Yeah, right, Jimmy." So yeah, that little tick, he's just like, "Oh, I know who this is." Gordon's just like,
And then it's like Gordon finds out after that Flash is at a poker game, but he doesn't go after like everyone at the poker game. He doesn't assume that the whole group that beat him up is part of that. He only knows who one of them is.
Yeah, and so he goes after that. He's like, no, I know it was Flask, and I'm going to go after Flask. And it just, that line of, he won't report it, he'll make up a story, and he'll stay away from Barbara. It's just like,
He'll make up a story, say there was at least 10 guys, but he'll know. I'm like, okay, yeah, Gordon, you're kind of badass.
Yeah.
Gordon's affair is kind of, like...
It's mixed feelings.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings about that.
Because very much you're like, no, Gordon, but he's human, right?
Yeah.
So... You feel, you kind of hate him for it, but you feel that, yeah, he was hitting a really low point, and he was realizing how weird...
At that point, like, he was pretty much, he was almost fully under the department's thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it was very much a part where he's like, I just have to get along, and then there's this, thing that pops up, and he's like, oh, wow, I feel it again, and he's just like... So, yeah, you feel bad... Especially because, like, yeah, you had so many things before this where him and his wife had, like, romantic evenings even though she's pregnant. It's cute to see her, like, massaging his back and that they still have these cute moments between them.
That's
it's
it's adorable.
Him and his wife.
They are great, and, Bat's in his, like, before he gets the suit idea, and he's just, he wanders in, he goes into the red light district, he gets himself beat up.
Yeah.
Stabbed and shot by the cops.
It's just like, yeah, that was a pretty bad run. And again, you get the feeling that, yeah, he's trying to get into this, because he has that bad run, and then he has the run with where he takes out these 3 kids. Like, they look like kids. But yeah, you hear him say, lucky amateur, and he's not talking about them. He's talking about himself. He's like, dang, I almost got took out by kids.
Oh, and the kids are such idiots. Like, one of them falls off the balcony. He catches him. He's trying to pull the kid back up. And the other kid's like kicking him in the head. Like, the other 2 are trying to take Bats out. I'm like, he's the only thing holding your friend up, guys. Like,
doy, like,
I know that people like say no honor among thieves, but holy crap.
Yeah, they're just gonna let him be dropped. They're like, oh, I'll take this guy out. What?
Though, after the cops shoot him when he's trying to, like, infiltrate the red light district, and he causes them to crash the car, and there's a moment where he's about to, like, leave them in the flaming wreck, and he pauses, he's like, no, even scum have families.
And that's,
and
again...
pulls them out, and, like...
going back to the Batman no-kill, and I love that, because that is a huge thing to me about Batman, is that he would not kill someone. And so, yeah, to see him say that, even though they were gonna let him die...
Oh, we didn't mention it with Mask of the Phantasm, but it had a similar moment where he went out in a more or less civilian clothes and tried to do the Batman thing, and nobody took him seriously.
Yeah.
And yeah, and in this one, like he goes in the red light district dressed up with like the scar and stuff, and they immediately are like, "You're Vice."
Yeah, they call him as a undercover cop because he's way too obvious about having like scuzzy clothes and a big noticeable scar and blah blah blah.
He's way too noticeably disguised.
Yeah, he screams disguise. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. Bruce did not do his undercover well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was early on, and you can tell he has some assumptions about criminals at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have the experience to learn how they actually operate. He has all these skills, but he doesn't know how criminals are.
Yeah, he hasn't actually fought against them. So yeah, year one's really good for showing that, showing how Bruce evolves and how Gordon. Like, it's actually kind of like the opposite. Gordon's almost dissolving till he sees Batman coming up, and then he kind of gets his hope back. So, yeah, it's a really nice little play off each other.
There's a great scene about midway for the movie where you see, like, they have these police sketches of Batman, and it's, like, all the...
Like, callbacks to the...
Yeah, it's, like, callbacks to all the original, like, designs and, like, concept sketches. It's great.
Because, like, there's a bunch of different, like... pretty much the same mannequin pose with the cape, but different hat, like different cowl ideas, and so it's
and then
really
just
funny.
like the big like giant
bat.
Man bat. It's like, oh man, that's great. That is just awesome.
It was so good, and yeah, and you get a nice little line with Flask when you get that scene because Flask is like, it was like a monster. The bullets wouldn't even pass, or were just passing through it, and Gordon just rolls his eyes. But yeah, you understand that Flask is the type of guy who doesn't want to seem like a pussy. He's like, no,
he's gonna protect his rep no matter what. It's like, it was a demon from hell.
Yeah, and they're like, it's a guy in a cape.
Yeah, like he'd never say it was just one man in a Halloween costume.
Yeah, so just stuff like that. And there was another cop, the SWAT. I can't remember his name now.
Brendan. Yeah.
And he's just like, you get that he's just really loose. Like, he will blow up a building to get his guy, and he's just way too
He does.
gung-ho.
Like, where did the police get that kind of ordnance? Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They just firebomb a building to get at Batman.
And the best line that gives you an idea for that character is when Selina sees the explosion and goes, betcha Brendan just found a jaywalker. Like, everyone in the city knows this guy is nuts.
Well, there's an earlier line where, like, before Gordon stops an escape from Arkham, and there's, like, last week, Brendan quelled a riot in some park.
Yeah.
It's like, he didn't even leave the statues standing.
Yeah, he just, like...
It's like, holy shit, it's like... And that's also a great scene for Gordon, like, being the, like, strong hero cop. It's like, yeah, he leaves the gun outside, he walks in, tries to keep the crazy guy calm, and then it's...
Yeah, quick takedown where no one gets hurt.
He takes him down quickly, but he keeps the guy focused on him.
So he won't
because he has child hostages, and it's like, yeah, Gordon would take a bullet any day, but he is not about to let a kid take a bullet. Like, this is as much an awesome story about Gordon as it is about Batman.
Yeah, so it's really, like I said, it's really nice to see, how much Gordon is a driving force in the police force, because that's another thing is when he moves to, like, internal affairs or something, when he's talking to the chick he has the affair with, he mentions how, it's unfortunate because all the other cops hate you for this job, but this is what keeps...
Oh no, he was saying like why he couldn't go to internal affairs. He wasn't on internal affairs.
Yeah, sorry, he was saying why he couldn't go. Yeah, because he's saying no matter how good you do, other cops will always stare at you like you're one of the criminals. So it's like, ooh.
Yeah. This movie has so many great moments. It's just like the dinner scene. He intimidates the criminals of Gotham, and it's like great speech and like but he spends all his time setting it up and like getting it ready and waiting for the exact moment
to boom in, and he has the like backlighting. He's like, I'm all dramatic. Oh hey, look, there's a fire thing. He's like super creepy. He's like, that instills fear. I got this.
And then the cops just went, and then of course the chief of police and all the criminals just went gung ho to find him after that.
Yeah, because the police commissioner was talking at the party like, no, Batman's not a big deal.
Yeah, sure, he takes out some street crime, but people feel safer. When they feel safer, they don't ask as many questions.
Yeah, but then he crashes their party, and suddenly, no, we will get the Batman at all costs because he crashed my dinner party. So it's just like, oh,
he threatened me.
Yeah, so it's just, you definitely get to see how, Batman kind of riled people into the... And it's neat to see how Gordon pretty much went, no, the people have made a hero out of Batman, and we're not going to be able to take him down. So Gordon kind of has this weird respect for him even before
the hero comment came after the firebombing when, like, he took out the entire police squad, and, like, the people know how corrupt the police are, how abusive they are with their power. They see this blown man take out an entire SWAT team.
Yeah.
And then escape. In a cloud of bats. They took him from a rumor to a hero and a legend.
Yeah, so Gordon's like, why fight it anymore? May as well hope he takes our bad guys out. Like, he's just... Gordon's like, no, he is a good force as much as
the end is a beautiful thing with Gordon and Batman, where they...
Yeah, they had this moment where they're like, no.
Gordon's about to leave home to go, like, cover a shift. He sees, like, Bruce swing by on the motorcycle and then goes, wait, something's up. Goes back, finds his wife and son being kidnapped.
And yeah, so it's really neat that Batman knew something was going down at Gordon's building and made sure to be a noticeable thing going by. So,
yeah, like, if he wanted to, Bruce could have gotten by Gordon without being seen at all.
But he wanted Gordon to come back. He wanted to make sure that Gordon didn't just leave and hear about this awful thing.
I do find it kind of funny how Gordon knocks Bruce off his bike and then uses that to chase down his son's kidnappers.
He thinks that Bruce is like part of the team, so he just, bam, I'm taking your bike, vroom. Bruce is like, that didn't go well.
Oh god, and Gordon's wife almost shoots Bruce, but he has this awesome bit there where he's like in shadow, he's like, I will get your baby back, and like, it's like, yeah, you can see her hesitating, like they animated so well, you can see it in her eyes, she wants to shoot him.
Yeah,
she doesn't believe him, she is terrified, but she's also a mother, and she takes that tiny bit of faith, that one like chance that this man might be able to
get her son,
help save her child, and she's like, no, it's worth it. It's worth the risk.
Yeah, and we get that same kind of feeling when Gordon is fighting the guy. As much as we've seen Gordon take out guys, Gordon is focused more on his baby. Like, you see his shift of his view going from the guy he's fighting, who's trying to stab him, to his baby, because he's wanting to grab his baby, but he can't see a safe way to do it. But it's just this torn moment of fatherly instinct going, baby,
they gave him in this final scene moment where him and the big guy start falling off the bridge, and the baby goes with them. And look on Gordon's face; he doesn't give a shit that he's falling,
that he could die. It's
the child,
my baby. So
and then thankfully Batman falls in, grabs the kid, and saves the day. Like,
yeah, and Gordon just like terrified father. He's like, I have my baby. I don't even give a crap who you are. You go.
It's that line at the end, I'm blind without my glasses, where I'm just kind of like, I like to pretend that from that point on, if you want to like stitch this into one of the other continuities, Gordon totally knew it was Bruce and Batman behind Batman the entire time, but he saw that Batman was necessary. Like, he knew, like, he was like, no, Bruce wouldn't cross that line. I'm fine with this.
Yeah, and again, like, there's a lot of continuities that disprove that, but whatever. Like, year one continuity is really cool because Gordon can see, because we've seen a couple of views from his perspective that yes, he can see without his glasses, not very well, and he'd much rather have them, but he can see enough to see where Gunn is, to see where this is. So him saying that line, you're like, bull. You can see who that is. And so yeah, it's a very nice moment, and that leads into that final scene where he says everyone's in a panic now because some guy's threatening the water main, but I got a friend who's gonna come help me out. And it's just like,
that was awesome. Like, even the side stories in this movie are great. I mean, you've got Catwoman running around and like starting her origins too. And, like, I love her reactions to it. Like, there's a whole bunch of blatant sexism in her storyline where they're like, oh, she's Batman's assistant. She works for Batman. And she's like, no, I want my own recognition.
So she's going to, like, scar some guy with her claws to be like, nah, they know it's me.
Like, Batman's assistant cut up Falcone. And she's like,
but yeah, she very much as she wants to be a thief, she clearly wants to make a name for herself. She wants to be known. And so it's really cool to see that.
It's kind of fun like that. And then there's
her
sort
kitten.
of the...
what's her name now?
Holly.
Holly. You love Holly because it's this weird
She even showed up in The Dark Knight Rises. Like, she's been... it feels like this comic introduced her from my perspective, but she's been written into Catwoman's mythos and has appeared in the comics as well.
Yeah. A lot of times Catwoman has, some kid who lives with her. Again, sometimes we get a name for her, sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's, not sure how close she is, whether she'd cut loose with this kid or if she'd do anything to protect this kid. In year one, she jumps out a window the minute Holly's in danger, so...
She doesn't give a shit when Batman's beating up her pimp.
No.
But no, as soon as Holly hits the ground, she's like, no, fuck this guy.
Yeah. And so, it's just really neat to see that because, she may be a side story, but it's still really cool to see her making a name for herself at the same time as all this other stuff's going down.
Yeah. Anyhow, this one's gone a bit long, so we'll end it here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.